Let's just get this thing going. Welcome to Blind in Texas. Everybody have their Bibles ready? Got your Bible with you? Because we're in Texas.
Yes, we have to have them now in the schools. We have to have them on the podcast. We got to kiss them before we enter a mall. What's happening?
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into this new legislation here in Texas that is going to mandate certain parts of the Bible be read in classrooms to over 5 million schools. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into a lot of other stuff. World Cup still going strong. I know Bryan's got thoughts and more thoughts on some sports antics going on. I actually have, when we get into World Cup talk later, I have something that was brought up during the World Cup that's not sports related. So I'm excited to talk about that. But I think we should start with Rangers, man. You seem really, really excited about the Rangers. You're texting me all this stuff about they're the number one team in the world, how since May nobody's beat them, all this kind of hoopla about the Rangers.
Well, then I got to explain it to somebody who doesn't like baseball. So here we go, right? Yeah, you raise your hand. Let's pray on it. Let's pray on our Bibles about the Rangers. Come on, let's pray for it. The Rangers, I can't fucking believe it, Matt. They are number one in the AL West, the American League West. And it doesn't make sense because we've been talking about how they're 50-50. They are over 500 right now. That's what you've been talking about.
2 games, though. They're only like 2 games over.
Yeah, they're just ahead of the Astros. You know, fuck the Astros. Always. And then they're ahead of the Mariners. But they're number one, and it doesn't make sense. But dang it, they are number one. However, this last game against the Cleveland Indians, or what is their name now? I always say the Indians. The Cleveland Indians.
Is it the Guardians?
The Guardians. They're my Guardians. Nemo, who's been batting so well, hurt his shoulder while trying to get a home run off the wall in the outfield. So he's going to go on the injured list. Wyatt Langford is on the injured list again, too. One of our best hitters. So I don't know what is going on. We might be losing some games coming up, but we are winning right now, and we are number one. We are number one.
Go number one. Or go number 2.
We're not number one in the whole MLB, but we are number one in the AL West, which says the AL West is not a great team of not great teams right now.
Well, that's like when the Arizona Cardinals are number one in their division. It's like, really?
Yeah, no, it's exactly what it is. But I am very happy about it. They are playing really well. The pitching is going really well. The hitting's going really well. But now we have Langford injured again. Seager is still out. And now Nemo is out as well. So for, I don't know how long, but God. Please don't lose anymore. I want the Rangers to go all the way. They have a shot at it. They do.
Well, they do. And the season's not, I mean, we're still so far from October. So there's plenty of
we're about
balls.
halfway. We're maybe a little more than halfway there. So there's a lot more baseball to go. I mean, again, we've talked about it. When you have football and you have 16 games compared to 163 games, it's staggering.
It is. There's a lot of balls left to be thrown. So I'm not worried because I don't care, but I'm also just not worried
because you don't care.
And I just found out on the podcast today, the podcast you and I are doing, we are 10 minutes into this podcast. I just learned that the Guardians are from Cleveland.
That's why I said the Cleveland Indians.
When did they change their name? Because I turned on the game last night. I was reading a book, and then my wife was watching something. And I was like, I kind of follow the games on my app because I know we're going to be talking about it. And I was like, let me just see the score. And they were up. It was like bottom of the 8th. And I'm like, oh, this seems pretty good. And I turned it on, listened to the 8th and 9th inning. And I was like, I kept telling myself, I got to look up and find out who the Guardians are. I've never heard of the Guardians. Is this like a Galaxy team? Are they Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know who these people are. So it's Cleveland. When did they change their name from the Indians?
When everybody became fucking stupidly woke about it. Like, it's like when the Washington football team in the NFL that changed their name too from the was it the Seminoles or something like that? You can't say fucking Indians anymore. Are you kidding me?
So
They
the same
made
time they got rid of the Redskins, the Indians
that
got
the
rid of the
Redskins,
Indians.
yeah, it's same,
Seminoles.
and it's the Seminole vesicles. That's a nut joke. The does it make sense? I mean, South Park made fun of it, and I was like, "What? When did we stop saying Indians?" They made a whole franchise of amazing baseball movies in Major League off the Cleveland Indians.
They
Charlie
did.
Sheen pitched
Charlie
for them.
Sheen. Yeah, Charlie Sheen,
Tom
man.
Berenger catch for them. Corbin Burnson, you know, Joe Boo. I do it myself. Like, what is wrong with the word Indians? Cleveland Indians.
Well,
Why is it the Commanders?
here's the deal. I'm not Native American. So when it comes to issues like this, I don't know if I have a right to say why it's bad or why it's good. I mean, I don't know. I'm not connected to it. Obviously, somebody had an issue with it. I don't know if those who are actually Native Americans took issue with the word Indians and Redskins because of the connotation that was brought up in early cultures. If they are actually offended, we need to change it.
They are
I don't
not.
have a
Nobody's
voice. I don't have a
offended by
voice. I
that.
can't sit here as a white guy and go, "What's wrong with Indian?" I'm not Native American. Maybe there's something really wrong with it.
Nothing's wrong with it. We used to play cowboys and Indians. Nobody played cowboys and Native Americans. Let's.
Right, right. But when you played Cowboys and Indians, what was the connotation with the Indians?
The Indians were assholes.
Wow.
But
Right.
you always wanted to be an Indian, though. My parents painted me brown face when I was like 3 years old in Halloween in the early '80s. I was a little Indian. I had feathers in my hair, my cat. It was awesome. Ran around.
Every little kid was an Indian at some point. That doesn't
Yeah.
make it right. You watch the old Bugs Bunny cartoons when he's shooting, they're having the fight, and he's singing the one little, two little, three little Indian song as he's shooting them. This is horrible. This is a horrible part of our nation's history.
It is not. It is what America was founded on. I mean, you're
On
not going to call it
stealing land,
the
on
Native
stealing
American in the
land.
cupboard. You call it the Indian in the cupboard. You can't. It's.
We came in here and just raped and pillaged their land, and then we're going to be like, "Oh, you don't have a say in what we call you." I don't know,
Nobody's
man.
getting mad
I
at
mean, parts of me do think it's silly because of the name change and all of the issue. But at the same time, I sort of see the point a little bit.
the Commanders and so the Redskins became the Washington football team.
Which was just hilarious. I would have kept that name if I was them. I would have just kept that. That's hilarious.
It's so ridiculous. But yes, the Rangers played the Cleveland Commanders, but it's the Indians. I mean, everybody in Cleveland's like, I wish it was the Indians, but this has to be the Commanders. It's just like, what is going too far? We can't hide behind the language. And then the word Indian is not bad
To you,
to anybody.
so is there a and you don't necessarily have to say it because I don't know, maybe there isn't. Is there a very derogatory, hateful word for the Jewish community that when you hear it or your parents hear it, it's something that just reviles them or brings them really bad feelings?
Yeah, it's
So if they were
but
the
I don't
Cleveland,
mind it. Like I hear that or Shylock, but I want to write a book about like Shylock Holmes, a Jewish guy who goes. I mean, it's great. That's an older derogatory term, but it's
okay, so
but
let's take you out of the equation. Let's just take you personally out of the equation. If there was a team and all the Jewish community was like, you know what, we need to change this name, you would understand and be behind that.
I wouldn't. I was like, this is what it is. I don't know.
I'm just saying though, there's terms in every society that people find kind of insulting so I can understand that. I can
Well, I
understand.
don't understand. I think there's a fine line between that word and Indian because I don't think they have the same derogatory thing.
According to who? I mean, but because you're
You're
not
like the
in the Indian
world.
culture, so you
They're an
wouldn't
Indian.
feel that pain.
Okay. Explain to me this.
Okay.
People in India, what are they called?
Well, they're
Indians?
Indians
Okay, what's the difference?
because they're from India.
Okay, I
You
don't
can. I know you can
understand.
see the difference. I know you're messing with me. I know you love to mess with me on this
I
show.
don't
I
understand.
know you're messing with me. I know you are. So anyway, I just found out that it's the Cleveland Guardians. I think the Guardians are a dumber name, to be honest. I don't know why that jump is a huge jump. Washington kind of modeled things after their city with politics. Where did is Guardians like is Cleveland like the city of Guardian of Ohio?
I don't think so. I thought Cleveland was the city of music.
Yeah, Cleveland rocks. Isn't that where
Yeah,
the they could have named them after the somehow the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something.
yeah,
The Cleveland Rockers or the Cleveland something.
yeah.
I don't
Who
know why they went
knows?
with Guardians.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't
But
make sense, but at the same time, it's not for me to say what makes sense.
right, but the Rangers are doing well against the Cleveland Guardians. And then before that, the Toronto Blue Jays go, well, I mean, who knew that Canada had baseball?
They
But
didn't.
they didn't. The Toronto Blue Jays. But yeah, it's crazy. But now since Wyatt Langford and Nemo are on injured list, they called up Cam Cauley, who's supposed to be pretty good, to make his major league debut. So let's hope for the best here. Like they're number one, behind 2 games. Don't like the Astros. I rather like the Marlins, but
And that's
yeah,
Florida.
yeah,
I can't get behind a Florida team.
yeah.
I don't like Floridians.
Florida. Let's play with that word.
So who's the number one? Who's the number one team in baseball right now?
Ooh, I'd have to look that up, but I don't know if it's the Braves right now
Man,
still.
Atlanta always seems to have a good team.
I'm gonna look that up
I don't know
real
much
quick.
about baseball, but I always know that Atlanta is always in there. Atlanta seems to be. Chicago Cubs always seem to be there. Of course, the Yankees and the Dodgers are always in the top. I feel like. I don't know
Yeah.
why that is. Do they just have more money?
I mean, they have a really good team. Okay. So yeah, it's the Dodgers, of course, with Shohei Ohtani, because they won the World Series last year. They're at 55-30 is their record right now.
Wow. See, I don't even follow
Um,
baseball, and I just pick the Dodgers. I mean, it's just predictable.
It is, and then followed by the Milwaukee Brewers, and then the Atlanta Braves, and then
No,
the
I wouldn't
Tampa
have had
Bay
Milwaukee on
Rays
my
and the
list.
New York Yankees are the top five.
Brewers. Brewers are one of those teams that just feels old school to me. Like when you think old school iconic baseball, who are the three teams that come to mind? Like in the heyday of baseball when there was nothing but
Oh yeah,
radio.
it's the Yankees and it's the Dodgers. Like those are the two teams
I
pretty
just feel
much
like the
that.
Brewers are there too, though.
You think the Brewers are there?
I don't
The
know. There's something about the
Milwaukee?
Brewers that just feels like an old school name, like the Brewers. I don't know. They could be a new franchise for all I know, but I just like the name.
The Milwaukee Brewers. That would be funny. But yeah, New York Yankees and Dodgers. I feel like those are the two teams. I mean, the Astros have been around a long time, but I think that yeah, the Dodgers and the Yankees, I think, are the big ones.
Yeah, I think Yankees for sure. So, all right. Well, I think it bodes well for the. I mean, if anything, Dallas has something to be excited about right now in sports. It's not often.
Right, they have that, and then the NBA draft just happened. Um,
Yeah. So did it go the way you wanted it? Because you said we were going to get Luca back. I guess
no,
that wouldn't
no,
be
well,
part
no,
of the
that wouldn't
draft,
be in the
though.
draft though. That would be a trade later on. But no, that I think that's such a far. It's rumored. I would love that to happen. But
Yeah.
you know how we got the new coach we talked about on the last
Mm-hmm.
episode, the
Yep.
Michigan coach.
Yep. Yep.
Well, the first round draft pick for the Mavs was Morez Johnson Jr., who's a
From
Michigan player. Huh?
shocker. He's from Michigan.
Yeah, he's from Michigan. He's played for Michigan. So interesting. He's 6'9". He's like 260 pounds. He's a big boy.
Dang.
I think that's a good first round pick for Mavs. We'll
What's his
see. But
name?
is it Morez, Morez Johnson Jr.?
Did we see him a lot in the March Madness this year?
Yes.
I don't. That name isn't familiar. I feel like I watched almost all of the games that Michigan played because I watched as much of the. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to the name. Doesn't sound familiar.
Okay. Yeah.
But
So should be good. Hopefully, I guess they're building the team, I guess, but we will see.
yeah,
And they had a few others that went later on that have promise, but the number one was Merez. So we'll see. Yeah, but 6'9", over 250 pounds. That's a
man.
big guy.
With a teenage son, I'm just thinking the grocery bill their parents had.
And you think like, do basketball players eat as much as football players or hockey players? Like, I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I know you look at, if you go online, there's a lot of, especially now in the World Cup, they show some of the diets that some of the soccer players have. And they're not big, bulky guys, but they eat a lot of calories. I guess you
Well,
have
yeah,
to.
and because they're running constantly.
Yeah. Well, basketball runs constantly.
Yes.
I think football players just eat a lot because they're fat.
Yeah, they're big dudes.
They're just big. They're big
Big
linemen.
dudes.
They got that sumo wrestling diet where you just eat a bucket of rice right before you go to bed.
Yeah, that was like there God, years ago when Dwayne The Rock Johnson was, getting started in Hollywood and he was still in pro wrestling quite a bit. I think one journalist, like regular journalist, followed The Rock's diet for like a week and like he couldn't keep up. He was like throwing up. It was because it was just constant food and a
Hmm.
lot of it.
I know you even follow people like Mark Wahlberg, who's like a really intense, the way he eats and trains, and from sun up to sundown. And then some of the, as we mentioned, World Cup people. I follow some. I don't follow, but they come up in my algorithm a lot. A lot of weightlifters and what they eat. And there's no way. There's no way I could eat that amount of food. For one, I wouldn't get anything else done. Do you not have a job where you're just not eating 24 hours a day?
Well, their yeah,
Dude,
their job is to get fit and physically, peak fitness. So their
I,
job is to be at the gym and do that. And
I mean, though, like for people like you and I who maybe want to diet like that and eat and bulk up, I mean, I just not only can I not eat that amount of food, I wouldn't have the time to meal prep and just the cost of buying all that would be crazy.
yeah, it's a lot. That's why these people have people that do that for them. And just, that's like, oh yeah, I have 8 chicken breasts to eat today and 12 eggs and a bunch of rice and vegetables and then I get to have like my 10 pancakes. It's crazy. It's
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
and it's funny because you also have people that eat that amount, and they're not really sports. They're on TLC's My 1,000 Pound Life. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is as far as how you end up in one state or the other.
Well, one is physically active, the other one are not at all. And they're eating not the good stuff. They are eating just, you know, Doritos and fried foods and pizza with ham sandwiches on it.
I say all that to say if I went that directive, I would have a larger percentage option of ending up on 1,000 Pound Life than I do making any sports team. I
Yeah,
just
you
feel
would
like I
end
would
up
end up
like
over
Brendan Fraser in The Whale.
Oh, I know. Crazy. But hey, Brendan Fraser, I know, man, we were rabbit trailing this morning. Dude, he's getting in shape for the new Mummy movie, though.
He
He's
is awesome.
he's going to get killer. So
He's going to be great.
we'll have to talk about that as we get closer to it.
Yeah.
So we're excited about the Rangers. Looks like Mavericks are making good decisions. It's funny. I finished watching the DCC, the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, America's Sweethearts, and at the end of each season, because they go through the entire season of football. So this took place in last year's season. So we watched them go to the games. It's funny to listen to the interviews halfway through, and they're like, "Oh, I feel like we beat the Chiefs at Thanksgiving." Or I don't know if you remember that or not. And so they're like, this is our year. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We just beat the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. We got this great team. We're going to go all the way. And you're watching it now in hindsight going, oh, they don't know what's coming. We don't even make the playoffs. So anyway, and then they talked to Jerry Jones afterwards, and he's like, you know what? You got to take away the good. You got to take away the good. And reporters are like, well, it's been 30 years since we've done anything. Second year in a row, we missed the playoffs completely. What good is there to take? So, as a Cowboy fan, did you find anything good to take last year away from the fact that it was 2 years and we still didn't make the playoffs?
Yeah, what was good? I mean, individual players like you have Pickens, you have Lamb, you have Prescott, you have some good players that are doing good things, but it's consistently inconsistent. You know,
Yeah.
it's consistently inconsistent with the Cowboys. You have games where they are the top team in the league, and then you have games where they're the worst team in the league, and there's barely any in between there. And because they're not playing as a team, we've talked about it.
We did talk
So,
about it. But I just
what
thought it was
is
funny because I love watching now the hindsight and Jerry Jones especially because I have a tendency to blame every issue the Cowboys have on Jerry Jones. Maybe that's tunnel vision for me. Maybe that's not fair of me, but I just do. I just blame that on him. Um,
so if
but
they win the Super Bowl, would you give him the praise or do you give the football team the praise?
I would give him. Well, it depends on how we got there. If we take the team we have now and get to the Super Bowl, I feel like that's coaching and team. If Jerry went in there and shook things up, didn't trade our good players, made some really smart decisions in the front office, then yeah, I would give him praise. I'd be like, hey, he finally woke up, made some good decisions. I'm liking what we see. We won the Super Bowl. So yeah, I don't dislike him just to dislike him. I just feel like all of it all trickles down from him. But I think, like you've said, we have the caliber of player to make a Super Bowl and to even win a Super Bowl. I don't know how we get them to gel that way. But I couldn't think of anything good to take away. One reporter even asked him, said, "Would we have made the Super Bowl if we had not gotten rid of Parsons? Would that one player, not just one player makes a team, but what it did to the camaraderie and to the feeling in the locker room and on the field, was getting rid of Parsons detrimental to our season?"
I mean, playing with the Cowboys with that team, I don't know if Parsons would have made us get to the playoffs. I don't. I. Mm, it's a big blow, but he did. What did he do for Green Bay? You know, like he went to Green Bay and didn't.
Right, but again, the wind are out of your sails. I mean, you've been traded and you're working on a new team. You're coming into a new game, But it's almost like if he would have stayed here, the energy, the ball would have kept rolling. It would have kept rolling downhill, the snowball effect, and I think it would have helped uplift our whole team and made them maybe gel. But when you get rid of a key player, it's hard as a human being to be like, well, why do we care? Why are we playing if we could be traded tomorrow? What's the
Well, it was
point?
all because of money. They were in a money dispute, and we're
Why were
talking
they
about
in a money dispute?
yeah, that's what it was. Parsons wanted more money, and Jerry was like, you're already getting all this money, and they couldn't come to the agreement.
Do you think the players have a lot to do with that, or is it agencies?
Oh, I think it's both. But we're in a time where agents and players are like, yeah, sign short contracts, play here for 4 years, and then sign a contract for more money for another team, and then sign another contract for another team. And it sucks. So that's kind of what it is. I think it's both things at hand there. That's what's kind of the industry now.
It sounds almost like sports have become corporate, where there's not really a loyalty to a team; it's loyalty to your career. Which I mean, I get people do that in the business world. They'll work at a company for X amount of years to learn, to build up some skills, and then a headhunter comes and says, "Hey, we'll offer you more money to do the same job over here." You're going to take it because you're not loyal to a company.
Right.
And it seems like a lot of it's team loyalty versus career. And I guess I can understand that. I mean,
It's,
it
yeah,
sucks
I
as a
mean,
fan.
it does suck as a fan. And you're talking about, I think Parsons wanted to keep with Cowboys, but they were wanting more money. And Jerry was like, no, which I feel like Cowboys have unlimited amount of money. But I mean, it'd
Do
be
do
interesting to
they?
see like if Jerry Jones stepped away from the Cowboys and the Cowboys went all the way, or even made it to the last round of the playoffs. Like, what are people gonna say?
Well,
It's like
I know what I would say. I'd say, "Told you."
told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. They just have to start playing as a team. And like we have some new wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb is doing well, and it's just what can we do? How can they play as a full unit team? Like I hate to say it. You look at the Chiefs, even though the Chiefs didn't do well this year. They play as a team, you know? They play
Hmm.
as a team.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people, a lot of teams out there that do play as a team. I just don't feel like we've seen it from the Cowboys for a long time. This is nothing new. This
No,
is
this is nothing new. And
this
I
is
don't
nothing new.
yeah, so we will see, come August. We're only like what, 8 weeks away from like NFL really starting up, and
It's crazy.
what are they going to do? How are they going to do a running game? Are they going to do a passing game? Are they going to do a little bit of both? How are they going to navigate this new season? Because Jerry Jones, he said he wants to win another Super Bowl. I guarantee you, if he wins another Super Bowl, he's retiring.
You
He
think he's staying in
wants
there
it,
until then?
but he's in his own way. The what?
You think that's the only reason he hasn't retired? He doesn't want to go out on a 30-year losing streak?
Yeah, he wants to win another Super Bowl.
We all do. So,
Yeah.
but you're right. You just said he's in his own way. It's like, you know, then move. If you want to make a Super Bowl, if you can't retire till you win a Super Bowl, you're not going to make a Super Bowl until you retire. So it's
Yeah.
just it's just crazy. I'd like to see Charlotte take it over. I think Charlotte would do a good job.
But I don't think Charlotte would take it over. I think it would be this one of the Suns.
Right. I'm just saying she would. I'm not saying she would, but she would do a
Yeah.
great job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's the CFO, right?
I
Or is she in
think
charge of
so.
marketing or something like
She's
that?
in charge of the cheerleaders,
Okay, and
and
she's in charge of marketing and maybe the CFO, but
yeah, she's
I
yeah. I
think it
think
would
she's got a
go.
brain on her. So, and
Yeah.
I think she doesn't have quite the ego. I could be wrong. I don't feel like she has the ego that she wouldn't be willing to borrow brains and creativity and put the right people in there.
You would hope so.
You would hope so. We don't hope that for anybody though. So
So yeah, and NFL Cowboy, yeah, it's all the whole thing. So there's definitely things going on in the sports world in Texas, including the World Cup, which yesterday's game. I don't know if you saw some of the World Cup yesterday because we're in the rounds where people are getting knocked out. Germany got knocked out. They're not no longer in the World Cup.
nine.
Uh, yeah, nine.
There's a joke there, but
Um,
I won't tell it.
what's the joke?
No,
Come
it would
on.
offend you. You'd be too offended.
I would seriously. I heard the best Jewish joke ever yesterday.
Oh, it has nothing to do with Jewish people.
Oh, okay.
It's an old joke. You've probably heard it 100 times.
Okay.
When the girl's being raped by 12 German guys, and she yells, this German girl's being raped by 12 guys, and she's like, nine, nine. So three of them leave.
See, that's a great joke.
That's a
That's a
Bryan
great
joke.
joke.
That joke only works on certain people.
Yeah, that's a great joke.
Yeah. So anyway, so Germany's knocked out. So this is the round of 32, right?
Yes, going to 16. Yes.
So it is a knockout round. We've
Yeah,
gone
it's a
past
knockout
the
round.
bracket
Yes.
rounds. All
In
right.
both games yesterday, knocked out in penalty shootouts.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
But
favorite
one of
part
the
of
games
hockey.
yesterday was it because Morocco beat who beat Paraguay, and I'm trying to remember, but maybe it was Morocco. But that Moroccan game, one of the defending players got kicked in the head with cleats, and dude, blood spilled all over the place. Like it was gnarly. You can go watch it on the internet, but oh man, it was an actual injury in soccer for once.
So he had a right to lay there on the ground writhing.
Oh, dude, no, he like, I mean, it was like he got up and it was just, no, because that's how you know. He got kicked in the face and he like immediately got up and he wasn't writhing on the ground like something like that, but like he got up and like, it wasn't like, it was gushing. It was crazy. And like the uniforms were all bloody. I was like, what are we watching right now? This is not a soccer game, but it was awesome.
Dang. All right. So, well, U.S. is still. Have we played our knockout round yet? Because we
You
play
tomorrow, Wednesday,
Herzegovina,
USA
Bosnia.
plays. Yes.
All right. I think we'll
And
do well.
USA's been doing amazing. We lost the last one, but we still in it. And we lost by one in the very end. But yeah, USA. will play Wednesday against Bosnia, which is crazy to say. But the Bosnians go back to the
Bosnia.
early 90s like Bosnia. That was in the news a lot.
Did you go look
Um,
up that guy I sent you that plays for Norway or some other?
no, no, but tell me about him.
He's just fun to watch. He's like this big. He looks like he would be a Viking the way he walks, and
Okay.
he's got this weird stature. And dude, he is just a beast with his kicks and his goals, and he's just. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this guy, but it's just mainly the way he walks, and he's got this long blonde hair, and he's just like he looks like a professional wrestler when he walks across the field. Like he would have
Okay.
his little entrance, and so I'll have to send you some clips of him.
Send me some clips. But yeah, the soccer stuff's been pretty good. It's going to be sad when it's over because it's kind of been fun still seeing people, like, in the World Cup, we were talking about a little bit last time and, you know, America's turning 250, got July 4th coming up, and we're seeing so many people, Americans are like, I'm not going to celebrate America this year. I just don't like it. I don't like America. I'm not going to, there's nothing worth celebrating. And then you have all these people coming in from other countries like, this is the best fucking place in the world. This is amazing. I need to move here. And what's the disconnect here? Why? I mean, why? Why?
I think there's a couple of reasons, but it is funny. You're right. Kimberly, my wife, and I were talking last night. Those videos have made me stop and realize. I mean, I've always known this is the greatest country in the world. I've always known the freedoms that what we have in America is better. Even for our worst, we're better than anybody else as a country because of the things, most of the things we have. And it's made me really stop watching these people come into our country and talk about how amazing it is, talking about the friendliness, talking about how they're accepted and all of this. It made me stop and say, you know what? It reminded me that I need to quit bitching about our country. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
we're in
are
the
bad
middle of
things to
what
everything, but
I think is the worst political realm we've ever been in. I can't stand this administration. Can't stand Trump, but I can't let that blind me to the beauty. I can't let the one bad apple spoil the whole thing and how beautiful our country is. And I think having these people here, I mean, they've said things like, wow, we hear all the time about how horrible everything is here. And, we come here and it's like, this place is great. It's amazing. And yeah, we have issues. We have issues with gun control. We have issues with other things something I want to bring up about the World Cup that was brought up. I mean, there's certain things we need to work on, but it's really moving to see these people's reactions to our country. And it has helped me to want to celebrate my country more than I would have a month ago.
yeah, no, I agree. I feel like you've known me. I love America. I've
You
always thought
do.
it was number one. And to hear like people around you is like, no, I'm not celebrating this year. It's like I hate it. This is the worst. And it's like it's not. You should go over and put yourself in these other countries. You wouldn't last a fucking day. Like you would be wanting to come back here. And that's what people are they need to watch these news clips of the real life foreigners coming over and saying like this is amazing. I know why people want to come to America. Like
Yeah.
it's a real thing.
Especially in Texas with their school system and our high schools and our stadiums and all of the luxury that most of us have, especially in North Texas. I can't speak for the entire state. I can't speak for other impoverished states like, some of our neighboring states,
Like Utah.
or like Arkansas and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, there's some that really aren't on the level of education and stuff that we are, but, I don't know. We can't, we should stop and be very thankful. I just wish it wasn't tarnished, but 2 years, that's all we have left is 2 years. I keep telling myself that. Now, will
two
things get
years
better in
for
2 years or worse? But I don't know. So
you don't know, but
you don't know.
it's a thing. It's you with all of that and with all the World Cup and everything, you're just like this. It's worth celebrating, and people are taking these one issues or these two issues and just basing everything off of that. And it's like, there's more to it than that.
Hmm.
And a lot of people would say here, all the the very far left liberals and woke, they're if they look at it, people are for change. Like we are almost a 50-50 United States. Like, and that's a good thing, I feel like. You don't want something like North Korea where it's 99-1.
Hmm.
You want this diversity and you want these different ways of doing things. Now, where it becomes a little muddled is because when you become extreme. And
Yeah,
that's where some people are coming in, is the extreme far left, the extreme far right. But having this 50-50 is a good thing.
I agree. I think our country thrives the most when it's bipartisan. When you're right, there isn't a far left and a far right. When we meet in the aisle and we go, look, let's make our country what it's supposed to be. We have our differences, but let's kind of balance some things out. And I think that's when we strive to the most. And that's where I try to live, is in the aisle, because I
Yeah.
know one side isn't right and one side isn't wrong. It's like any other group or division or anything else. The loudest people seem to get the most attention, and
Well,
they're
that's
usually
what
the most
sells,
extreme.
yeah, sells in the media, the loudest people.
Yeah, and I think I even reposted it where somebody posted that because of the World Cup and everybody coming in, it's like we realized that we and all the countries would get along together more if it wasn't for the leaders. If we could get rid of the country's leaders, the people would get along so well. It's the
Well,
leaders
it's
that drive the dissension.
well, it's also sports. Sports brings people and communities together. Are you familiar with Shane Gillis?
Yeah,
He does a bit on the movie Remember the Titans. And you remember that, Remember the
famous movie.
Titans.
Yes.
Yeah, and he does a great bit on that of saying like, yeah, you know, that was a time in a high school in a town that was like, we don't want blacks on our team. They hired the black people, and everybody was like, nope, can't do this. And then they started winning. They're like, oh, okay, like, let's go, And
Yeah.
like he related that to like, wait, what if the trans people went on, to the Alabama college football team, and they're like, hey, those bitches can play. Let's go. Like trans rights. You just need a good football team. You need a good sports team, like the World Cup, bringing everybody together.
Right.
Not the leaders, like you say, not the senators. You need good sports and community because that brings you together.
Yeah. No, I agree. And say what you will about Remember the Titans. It's a great movie, but Ryan Gosling's still the worst cornerback ever to play.
Well, yeah. Well, and what's great about that is that he knows it, and
He
he's like,
knows.
"Take me out, coach.
Put
Take me
Petey
out."
in. Put
Yeah,
Petey in.
yeah. Put Petey in. Which is great. But no, I mean, you see that and you're just like, oh yeah, these politicians fuck it up quite a bit. And I'm saying politicians on the left and the right side fuck it up constantly. But
Yeah.
sports more so than I would say movies creates community.
Yeah. I mean, if anywhere we've seen that, it's been the Olympics over the years,
Yeah.
where, you have Olympics and even baseball in our culture, because it's one of the older sports where this has been played. But the Olympics are another one that brings countries together and makes us realize that we're all just human beings.
Yeah.
We're just because we were born on a different plot of land, we're still the same.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
yeah. So I don't know when we're all going to figure that out. But that's been going back since the beginning of time. That's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's like, oh, what border are you on the side of? Oh, well, we need to come over and kill you and take your stuff.
Exactly. I get that. And you know what? I wish I just thought of this. I was like, you know
What?
what Jerry Jones should do?
What?
Since so many people are in for the World Cup, they knew to do an exhibition game for the Cowboys. Have all the people who love the Cowboys coming in from other countries have a little cowboy game, for them, a little scrimmage game so they could see a cowboy thing.
Dude, that would be amazing. That would be so great. You know how much they would love to be like, I was there and I got to watch the Cowboys play a
Yeah,
team.
watch the Dallas Cowboys
Little
play. That would be
scrimmage game.
that would be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Well, you know what? Get Charlotte on the horn. She'll take care of it.
Yeah, Charlotte, if you listening.
So, and it's funny, we talk about the World Cup and all the things that come out that's not even sports related. The love of country, the love of people. It's like the camaraderie. It's funny, somebody was posting like, they just realized that because of all the teams here, that We're the only country without United Healthcare. It's like, you know, it's like they were like, wait, we can't be the only country in the world without United Healthcare, but we are. So I just thought that was funny. And I just, you know, and I think about that a lot because people talk about the pros and cons of healthcare. And I think that is a problem in our country. It's another topic for another show, but I feel like we need to do something. You know, when people can't afford healthcare, that's another black eye on your community, I think. You know, when people are sick and dying simply because they can't go to the doctor, I think is an issue. But I just thought it
Well,
was
yeah,
funny. That's one of the big things that came out of the World Cup this week.
right. And I think that people like that, I think there's places they can go in the US that they can get the health care. I think it's the thing of having bad insurance, which I hate insurance companies. I mean, insurance pays for a lot, I get it. But it's the people that have insurance that are getting denied things. And I feel
Yeah.
like if you're paying for insurance, there should be a standard, like a standard insurance. You pay $150 a month. $200 a month, and that covers everything. There's no questions, there's no backlash. It's just it covers everything.
No, I agree. I mean, we are blessed enough, and I use the word blessed because my wife and I both have great jobs with great insurance packages. Both of us do. And we pay for that every month. But it's still, we go to the doctor and it's like, oh, well, you didn't meet this, so it's going to be, you know, still $900 out of pocket. And I'm like, how am I still paying $900 out of pocket when every month I give you a buttload of money? And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, and so I
that's the
think to
thing.
myself, what do people do who don't have the blessings of a great job with a great insurance provider? Do they just
Yeah,
not
they get
go?
denied. They have to find a shittier doctor and a out of network thing. Like it's a whole thing. And it doesn't cover a lot. You have to pay more up front. You know, like that's why I think I like the healthcare system. Like I don't think I'd want to go to Canada or some other country to do this, but also, if you're paying for something, if you're paying for insurance, it should cover everything. You're paying for it. You're not getting any money back. Pay for it, and you're like, oh yeah, you get sick, you get hurt, you need medicine. It covers everything. There's no out of pocket. There's nothing. You just get it. If you
Yeah.
don't pay, you don't get it. You have to pay for it in full. If you do pay for it, it's covered. There's no back and forth. There's no denying. You get it.
Yeah. And none of this, oh, that doctor's not in your network. What do you mean he's not in my network? He's down the street. I can't go to a doctor down the street. You're not going to pay for it because he's not in my network. It's like it's like it's all made for, and like you said, I hate insurance companies too. Not just medical insurance, but all of them. I think it's a racket, but it's just, it needs to be, somebody needs to come in and really focus on some rules, like you said, so that if you're paying for it, you get it.
Right, right.
It's not
You
hard.
you come up with the number. You're like, okay, some people might pay $500 to $600 a month, depending on families or whatever. You pay more, you pay less. Find the number in between, make everybody pay
Yeah.
it, and then you cover it, and you're fine. I mean, I feel like you said, gun laws. I was like, if you make common, I don't want to come for your guns. Have common sense gun laws. Have common sense healthcare laws. Common sense.
Yeah. Common sense that's good for all people, not common sense that's good for a small
The
percentage of the
top
people that make
1%
money.
people.
Yeah,
Yes,
that,
yes,
that make the
correct.
money. So
Yeah,
that's the issue.
yes.
And there's got to be special places because I've never been to the DMV, I've never been to the ER and seen Jerry Jones. Like, do they have special doctors that come to the house? Where do they go? Where does he go to get his license renewed? He's not standing in line at the DMV. I think there's special privilege buildings somewhere.
I don't think so. I think he probably goes. I think he has. I mean, you've never been to the DMV?
I have, and I've never seen anybody that's special.
Well, yeah, you go into the DMV and it's a gigantic fucking like gymnasium,
It is.
basically.
You take a
And
number
there's
and
300 people working there, but only like 15 people are actually working. And it's just like, like what's going on,
I know. And it's funny when we first moved back to Texas, I had to get my Texas driver's license. And we moved back in June of the year. And we were like, okay, let's go make our appointment. And the first appointment they had was like February of the next year. It's like it was so booked up at the DMV. It's like, oh, we can get you in January or February. I'm like, 7 months to make an appointment to get your license. It's crazy, and it's like it should be quicker and easier, but I don't
Yeah,
know. It's craziness.
crazy, crazy.
It is crazy. So yeah, so we I think we're right on everything we talk about. If they would let us lead the country, man, I think it'd be a better place.
Yeah, no, right? Just give us the keys to the kingdom. You'll see some changes. We'll have some fun. We will make it better for everyone out there.
Everyone, except the Indians. No, I'm just kidding.
The Indians, we'll call them Indians again. It'll be great. We'll go.
Oh my
Well,
gosh, I should have poked the bear. All right, if we
hey,
haven't
as
been
somebody
cutting,
who went to the largest, well, I went to the University of Kansas, but in Lawrence, Kansas was the largest Indian university, Haskell Nations University. I went to bonfires yearly there. It was awesome. They didn't mind being called Indian. It was
how
awesome.
many Native Americans were there, and how many just white boy frats were there?
I mean, it was mostly Indians. Like there was mostly like it was them, but
Is
like
this
you got
mostly like last week with Austin being the greatest dog city in the
the
world?
Dog City. Yes,
Is this that same sort of fact? Oh, it was mostly Indians
it was
at the
mostly Indian. No, it was
bonfire.
great, man. It was good. It
They
was
served all the drinks to us. They cleaned up after. I mean, I don't know.
Haskell Nations, man. Good stuff.
Go Jayhawks.
Go Jayhawk, Rock Chalk. Woo!
All right. Well, let's see. Let's move away from any controversy and talk about this new legislature that moved Bibles into the great state of Texas. I'm interested on this is a topic you said you wanted to talk about. It was on my list too because obviously it's big news.
Your Schindler List.
It's so yeah. I mean, we've heard this before. They've been trying to do this for a long time. State Board of Education saying, "Hey, we want to make it mandatory that K through 12 in the curriculum, the 5 million public schools we have here in Texas, we're gonna make it where the Bible has to be read. Not all of it, just certain stories from a literature standpoint has to be included in the curriculum." What are your thoughts? I mean, everybody has thoughts on this. What is your initial thought?
Well, my initial thought is separation of church and state. But you have to look where this is coming from, where it's like the horse's mouth, where it's coming from, and it's coming from this far right extremist Christian coalition. I don't believe them when they say they want it in for a literature English class standpoint, because of what they've said. And I looked into it and I was like, okay, they want something like for young kids in schools to learn about the David and Goliath story, which is a good lesson for young kids, David and Goliath. I get it. And then for the older kids, they were talking about doing the Adam and Eve story, which there are also good lessons there. Now, if you're talking about the Bible and you're teaching it from a literature fiction standpoint, I feel like there's 100,000 other amazing pieces of literature that draw the same lessons and stories. And if this passes, well, it did pass, but if they incorporate it in the year 2030, 2031, where's stopping them? Because I feel like if you give an inch to somebody, they really take 100 miles. And so where's the stop? They've already started doing the Ten Commandments in schools. Now they're just start teaching the Bible. What is the real lesson here? Because if it's coming from this big Christian coalition who's saying like we're a Christian nation, Texas is a Christian state. Well, there's a lot of people that are not like that. But yes, can you teach this story? But why not teach Catcher in the Rye? Why not teach Huck Finn? Why not teach these other books that were never banned but now are? And so the whole separation of church and state, I don't know where it is. So like what does a teacher gonna say, here's the Bible, here's Adam and Eve, you probably already know about it, but where's that lie? Young kids, David and Goliath, what's the point here? And maybe it's going to be great, maybe it's not going to be great. And will schools actually follow that? I don't know. especially in Texas. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like separation of church and state should stay separate at all times. Which I agree with George Carlin a lot. Take the Ten Commandments, bring them down to two, but add one more that says, "Keep thy religion to thyself." Um, it's but like you're bringing it into kids, and like what's the point? And we've seen it in movies and TVs and on news, real news. PTA parents are fucking crazy. It's not the kids, it's the parents. When is it going to be enough? Where they're like, well, if we're teaching this, we need to teach Quran, we need to teach the Torah, we need to teach this. Like, what? Where is it going to end? When is it going to stop? What do you think?
You know what? It's interesting because obviously, as a Christian who feels like the Bible's, I mean, to me that is the book, that it is a inspired, spiritually inspired book more than anything else. I think people should read the Bible. My thing would be like I think everybody should read the Bible for the grace and the love and the story and the salvation that's in. As a Christian, I feel like everybody should read it. I don't think that this is a right move. And I preface it by saying I don't want to be these people like, well, the Bible's blah, blah, blah. The separation of church and state is very important. For the reasons you just said, I think it's like a lot of times, especially the far right, they wield it like a baby with a power tool. Most of them who want the Bible in school have never read it. They've read the parts that back up their theology and their prejudices. They've read that part, but they've missed the grace and the love and everything that's also in that. And the great stories like you mentioned of David and Goliath, the prodigal son, the acceptance, the love, the grace. I mean, they missed that part. So they want it in there. So I don't know why they want it in there. But most of them haven't even read it. So yeah, I don't think it's a smart move. And like you said, if you're bringing it in for literary reasons, there are other books that are better. And it's going to backfire. This is what the far right extremist Christians don't understand. It's going to backfire because you bring it in, it's like, oh, it's just literature. Read it along with Shakespeare and everything else. And then when these kids get older and you try to teach them about the Bible, they're like, oh, yeah, that literature book. Why? So the part about Jesus isn't real either, right? So who's Romeo and Juliet and Jesus are kind of the same. So it's going to backfire on them because now you're watering down the core essential of your church. So yeah, I think it's going to backfire. I'm not for it at all. And again,
Well, it's
too,
also going to cause more rebellious kids because, like, kids and teenagers rebel against everything, and a lot of them rebel against religion and stuff like
sure
this.
they
They're
do.
just going to go
And
more.
also, I mean, I always feel bad for the kid who comes in who, like you said, is Muslim or who's Jewish or who doesn't have a religion at all, and they're being forced to read something, and it does come down to a force that makes them feel ostracized by any means. Are they going to be able to bring in their Torah or their Quran or any of their literature to read? They should be able to. I mean, what makes the Bible like, oh yeah, well you can bring this one in but not the others? I mean, it's just wrong. It's just I don't
Well,
know.
it's interesting as somebody who is Jewish, very pro-Israel, very Jewish, yes. Grew up in Garland, Texas, where I was the only Jewish kid in school. And so throughout elementary, middle, and high school was very Christian. And so it was, I did have certain teachers, which I really loved that like, made it easier for me. But like just even in elementary school, I remember during the holidays, the Christmas holidays, everybody got to make Christmas ornaments, and they were like, "You get a ceramic duck to paint." That's like
Wow.
that Christmas ornament looks awesome. I get a ceramic duck to paint. But then they also were like, "We have a day we're going to talk about Judaism. I want you to get in front of the class and tell everybody what Hanukkah means and all that stuff." Like I get it. Like that was nice. I got it in middle school, not really in high school, but yeah, I mean, I get it. And it's like, okay, now we're learning the New Testament, the Bible. You're not going to the Old Testament. You're not going to the Quran. You're not going to Buddhism. That's why they don't teach religion really in, grades 1 through 12, Like that's why you go to college and you can take these classes and learn about them, not put them as a part of your English class, which is so weird because you take the story of Adam and Eve, you take the story of David and Goliath, and technically in season 10 of The Simpsons, they did a like anthology episode of Bible stories, which they did David and Goliath and Adam and Eve, which was Homer and Marge, and Ned Flanders was God. And like it was, they just show that, and like it was amazing. But also, you can take those lessons in the stories and find any other piece of literature out there that means something in that, so you don't get the things confused, like you said.
Yeah.
Mm.
And as a parent, and as somebody who does put such stock and faith in the Bible, I don't want somebody else teaching it to my kid. If I was a parent of a kid, I'd be like, wait, what part are they teaching you and how are they teaching you? Are they teaching you to hate because of what's in the Bible, or are they teaching you to love because of what's in the Bible? So that should be taught at home. That's my responsibility. It's my responsibility to teach my family about the Word of God, not some person who's making half of a salary that they should, and I don't know their beliefs. I don't know their agenda. So I don't know. I just think it's a bad thing all around. I just
Yeah,
do.
yeah, it's crazy.
And this isn't like, oh, we got to keep God out. It has nothing to do with that. Big G or little g. I think it has to come down to where are the lines. And like you said, it is the church and state sort of a thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to church and have a social studies class. I don't want to go in there and have to learn algebra at church.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
want it separated.
yeah.
So we'll see what, I mean, it doesn't kick off for another 5 years. I think 2031, I think is when they're supposed to launch
Yes.
it. So,
Yeah. Right around the same time the Stars and the Mavericks are supposed to fucking get their own
so what we're
their
hearing is
own.
that's going to be the end of the world. The end of the world
Yeah.
sounds like 2031 because everything's going to chaos. Stars are moving, Mavericks are moving, Bible's in school. 2031, man. I hope we survive it.
Yeah. Did you get to Oh, we already talked about the World Cup thing that was not related to soccer, right?
It was the healthcare thing
It
that
was a
came up.
healthcare thing. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
So I just thought that was one of the big news, non-sport news stories to come up about the World Cup is it's making people realize that we are the only country that was here that doesn't have it. So,
Yeah.
well, we'll finish up. I like talking about the box office. I know we talk a lot in other of our podcasts about movies and entertainment. I don't think you're surprised that Supergirl did not knock out Toy Story 5 at the
No,
box
no, but
office.
nobody wants to see fucking Supergirl. Like, it's a side character to DC. James Gunn says, I'm in charge now. We're doing something good. And he made a fucking 5 out of 5 star movie with Superman. It was amazing. So good. Personally, that's what I think. And then
Same.
he said, yeah, it's going to be about the story. It's going to be about the writing. It's going to be about the script and the characters. And then he goes, and the second movie is Supergirl. Nobody's liked it. Made $38 million. Nothing.
Yeah. Do you think it should have been a straight to HBO Max because they have DC
Yes.
product? They
Yes.
should have done either a series, like a mini series, or
No,
just a
just do the
straight to
movie.
Max movie.
But they shouldn't have done it at all. But yeah, a movie straight to HBO Max would have been better.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of liked the character. I liked the character as they teased it in Superman because Superman was probably one of the better DC movies
Yeah,
ever.
she was in it for what, 30 seconds, and they made a movie. It was I haven't seen it, but I heard it was a terrible villain. It's just a side quest. Nobody, yeah,
Yeah,
who
it's getting really really bad reviews, or it's getting eh. Everybody I've talked to is like it's all right, eh. And you want to be blown away in the theater now. I mean,
Well,
we're
especially
used
with
to
James Gunn taking over the DC and it's the second movie and it's like goes from like top tier to like, this is not going well.
yeah. Well, the tease is that the number one movie this after this Fourth of July weekend is going to be Minions and Monsters. Everybody says
Oh
it's going
yeah,
to be the
well,
best Minion movie ever.
allegedly. Will it be Minions and Monsters? Most likely. I mean, Toy Story did have a big dip, but also $70 million is nothing to laugh about. Like that's pretty dang good.
I mean, it's twice as
Um,
much as second. So
Yeah. And so Minions and Monsters and Toy Story, those are going to be the movies. I'm going to say in its seventh week. Its seventh week, Obsession, which is on digital today,
mhm.
finally, came in number 3. It beat the new Jackass movie. It beat Spielberg's Disclosure Day. 7 weeks, this little horror movie that didn't even cost $1 million. Number 3, still. And I want to bring up, I talked about it on my other show.
You have another show?
I have two other shows, but I brought this up because I love it. And it's like a hee hee. Michael Jackson, Michael biopic is at $977 million worldwide, bringing in the money. It just beat out Oppenheimer. Suck it, Nolan. Um, and I will say this. Michael making that much money. People love Michael Jackson. People love Michael Jackson's music. It's going well. If this movie makes another few $1,000,000, it's going to beat out The Dark Knight. Do you so a week ago, or maybe a little more than a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, Michael broke, I think it was like number 100. It was in it broke the 100 biggest box office movies of all time, number 100. Do you know where it is right now? What number it is right now?
I'm gonna guess 52.
Oh, close, 63.
All right.
63. It'll make more. And that's crazy to me for because I like the Michael movie, but it's not great. It's not like the best movie I've seen.
Right, and that's what bothers me is because it's like if we people go by numbers, and I don't think you can do that. This movie's Michael's not better than Oppenheimer. It's not better than the Dark Knight. There is no way people are going to sit around going, "Oh, I'm gonna what are we going to do? Just have a party? I'm going to sit. I'm going to rewatch Michael." No, you're not. But you're going to watch The Dark Knight several times.
No, they'll watch Michael. They love the music. If Dark Knight had Michael Jackson's soundtrack, it'd make more money.
No,
But if you look at the top
no way
five,
that
10 movies in the world, it's Harry Potter, Avengers, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. It's stupid. Like
there is no way watchability. You talk about money all you want to. Watchability, there is no way that Michael has the watchability of all of these movies that it's supposedly surpassing. It just doesn't. Period.
Yeah, no, it surpassed a bunch of Pixar movies. The next movie on its list was going to be Lion King.
Yeah, a year from now, nobody's going to be talking about the Michael movie. 2 years
They
from now,
are,
like,
because
when
they're
did
gonna
that
make the
Michael movie
sequel.
come out? When did it come out? I don't remember when it came out. Did it come
A
out?
couple months ago.
I know. I'm talking about 2 years from now. Nobody's going to know. They're going to be like,
Oh,
"Oh yeah, was that a movie? I think I remember that."
oh no, because they're going to make the sequel.
The sequel.
Yeah, the Michael movie ended right when he did, like, right when he came up with Bad. So you still have Bad, you still have Dangerous, you still have History, you still have Invincible, you have the court cases, you have his death, that's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot.
You have the Heal the World Foundation, you have the Super Bowl. It's a big thing. You have the concert in Bucharest. That's a big part of the career. And if it's making $1 billion, they are going to make the sequel. There's a lot more to tell.
Oh yeah, if it's making money, they're going to keep making it until people are tired of it and it doesn't make money anymore, and then they're going to wish
Yeah.
they stopped.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's making money. I'm glad. I hear that his nephew is slaying as Michael. I'm happy and proud of that. But yeah, there is no way that this movie's ever going to be on my watch again list. It's
Well,
just
crazy.
not.
Oh,
Like,
it will
compared to
be
all
on
the other
mine.
ones you've talked about, if I've got a Criterion collection, it's not going to have Michael in it.
I'm just saying. But
I know.
do you think it's
I'm being negative Nancy right now, but I don't buy. I'm not into the hype of Michael at all.
okay? All right. Well, are you shocked that a movie like Obsession from a YouTuber in its seventh week has beat out a Spielberg movie?
I'm surprised, but that to me is exciting because again, I think it was the little engine that could. I like it when you have stories like that of this YouTuber with less than $1 million makes this movie that is $234 million after
Yeah.
7 weeks and still climbing. I mean, it's coming
Still
to
number
streaming
three
now, which
after
is the
7
only
weeks.
period. So
I mean, what was the last movie like that to do it? Was it My Big Fat Greek Wedding that didn't cost much money and just like weeks and weeks and weeks it became like a $500 million thing?
yeah, I feel like there was one other one. I feel like there was another one more recent than My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Maybe not. That was like, wow, where did this movie come from? This was crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Moonlight or a Florida something, or I don't know, but or like Coda or something like that kind of
Well,
surprised
Coda
at
wasn't
me.
in theaters, was it? That was Apple TV. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it was in theaters, maybe not. But yeah, so I'm excited about Obsession. I keep telling people, here's the thing though, Obsession's not for everybody. I mean, it's not like, ooh, I'm going to go see, you know what? I loved Supergirl and Toy Story 5. I'm going to go see Obsession. You're probably not going to like it as much. I mean,
Right.
I mean, it's a genre movie.
Yeah.
So I keep, people need to know that. But at the same time, people who I know would appreciate and they'll be okay with that, I'm telling them, you need to see it. You need to see this little movie because
Yeah.
it's crazy that and there's no formula for it. It just worked. I mean,
Yeah.
who knew? Who knew? I mean, there was nothing groundbreaking about it. There are stereotypes in it. It's formulaic at times, but it works, and I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it does.
It does.
So yeah, we'll see how the Minions and Monsters do next week. We'll get into
Minions
some
and
more
Toy Story are
s'mores.
going to be the movies.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. So, all right. Well, what's your big plans for the fourth as we close out this show real quick? The last couple of minutes we have. What's your plans for the fourth? Do you do something big? You celebrating the 250?
So yeah, I do love July 4th. I used to go to Addison a lot for July 3rd that's one of the biggest fireworks
Mm-hmm.
displays in the nation. I don't know if I'll go this year because I over the years I really found a back way to get in and out of the Addison area really easily. So I don't know if I'll do that, but yeah, I don't. I love doing the burgers, the hot dogs, the American food. I like getting patriotic, red, white, and blue. It's 250. I will put on a soundtrack of Neil Diamond America. I will put on Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. I'll make a concoction of Americana music and enjoy. Have I gotten fireworks before? Yes, I have. I don't do that anymore usually just because I go too crazy with them. But yeah, and then sometimes I'll put on like the July 4th-ish movies like a Sandlot or Return of the Living Dead or a Jaws or an Independence Day or Escape from New York, something fun, something like that. So I don't something like that. I like celebrating holidays. So July 4th and 250 will be pretty cool. I'm curious because the UFC fight at the White House was so great. Trump is promising like the biggest fireworks display ever, the biggest, the best, the best. Nobody's done a fireworks display like the White House for 250. I'm curious to see that on TV, and if that is as good as the UFC fight. So yeah, there is that. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, we always do it big. We go to my mom's house and with all my uncles, and they have a big farm area, so we buy pallets and pallets worth of fireworks, and we just drink beer and blow stuff up and eat food. So I have a big family on that side, so we all just get together on the plot of land and just wreak havoc and
Is
celebrate
there
the
a
day.
song that you like to hear on July 4th? Because I mean, I like to hear America. I like to hear, you know, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died. Something like
Lee
that.
Greenwood, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a song. I do have a movie. I watch Jaws every year. The Jaws
Okay.
is my Fourth of July weekend movie. I'll watch that for sure. Used to be Independence Day. I've kind of gotten away from that, not because I don't like it, just because I haven't watched it in a while. So
All
I
you
might.
really need to do is watch the Bill Pullman speech in that, and you just get
That's
amped
it,
up. Get
man. That's
amped
all you
up.
need. You need that Bill and like, I'm supposed to be at a barbecue.
Yeah.
That's all you need. What does that
Hello,
smell?
boys.
I'm
It's so
back.
good. All right. So like
Yeah.
the
So we're gonna
movie you
blow a bunch of
do.
stuff up and yeah, have a good time and yeah, just kind of enjoy the day and enjoy family.
And like you said, we need to celebrate America this year, 250.
We do, we do. So
Yeah,
we're
we
going to do
do.
that.
It's
And just everybody be safe. That's the thing is be smart, be safe. Don't get too crazy.
I mean, I feel like if you and I were together on a July 4th, we'd be shooting rockets at each other.
Oh yeah, there'd be some Roman candle battles for sure, without a doubt. It'll leave a mark.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, check out Bryan mentioned he has two other shows. Check that out. He does a lot of stuff out there. Check it out at boomstickcomics.com. You can check us out at mungleshow.com. But go out there and check out our YouTube at Blind in Texas. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Plus, you can hear all the audio podcasts on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. And we just appreciate you hanging out for this new endeavor that we're doing. Third weekend, I'm loving it, and we hope to do more. And so, yeah, have a safe, happy 4th of July, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, I'm blind in Texas. I can't see shit. Where are we going for July 4th, man?